In the occupied Yuno-Komunarovsk in Donbass, representatives of the Russian Occupation Administration came to local residents who dared to discuss the problems of the lack of water on a bench and demanded written explanations. On June the 8th, 2025, an initiative group of Yuno-Komunarovsk residents met with a representative of the occupation police, District Police Officer Sergei Alexandrovich. The reason? Not a spontaneous rally, not the seizure of administrative buildings, but an ordinary meeting at the entrance, where people discussed how to survive without water. Even this was enough to receive a warning. Such gatherings are an administrative offense and require approval from local authorities. Residents were required to explain in writing why they dared to raise the issue of the lack of water. Particularly active participants of the meeting, who were captured on video, were summoned for the personal conversation. They were reminded that publishing such videos on social networks is also undesirable. Russian policemen did not hide their interest in the organizers of the meeting and explained that from now on, any such discussions must be agreed upon with the occupation administration. When Donbass was still Ukrainian, such meetings and rallies did not cause any repression or threats. Today, supporters of the Russian world, who once complained about oppression under Ukraine, are forced to justify their conversations on the bench. The very freedom for which they allegedly fought has turned into bans, threats, and the need to write explanatory notes for publications on social networks. Russia cannot provide the people of Yenakievo with the most basic thing, water, but it successfully controls who, where, and with whom dares to talk about problems. Instead of solving the water supply issue, talk about rallies, demands for residents to shut up and not wash their dirty linen in public. Earlier, media reported that residents of Yenakievo staged a riot. People came out en masse to protest against the actions of the Russian Federation. The lack of technical water has already led to unsanitary conditions. In hot weather, this could turn into an epidemic. Prices for drinking water have risen to 5 rubles per litre, and the volumes that are sometimes delivered are not even suitable for washing or cleaning. Delivery schedules are disrupted daily, and the local administration is inactive. Residents are forced to record videos and post them on Telegram in the hope that they will be heard. But neither the DPR nor Russia, nor the defenders of Russian speakers, who in 2014 shouted about a humanitarian catastrophe under Ukraine, are listening to them.
Ukrainian defense forces have intercepted and targeted a building in the village of Kulbaki in Russia's Kursk region where the Russian army's manpower and military equipment, including a radio-electronic reconnaissance complex, radio-electronic warfare equipment and other equipment, were concentrated. As a result of the strike by fighters with 4 US-made GBU-39 aerial bombs, the building was exploded and destroyed, and the military equipment and manpower inside were destroyed. It should be noted that the Ukrainian Air Force has increased its strikes on the border regions of Russia. As a result of the strikes, which were mainly carried out with US and French-made aerial bombs, a large number of headquarters, military warehouses, armored combat vehicles and manpower of the occupying Russian army have been destroyed. Ukraine once again demonstrates its ability to modernize and adapt Soviet-era combat aircraft in its arsenal, as revealed in a recently released online video. The footage clearly shows Ukrainian Air Force fighter levels a Russian-held building with a pair of French AASM Hammer 500-pound guided bombs in Kursk Oblast. The Ukrainian Air Force continues to strike Russian troops at will in the town of Tetkino, now surrounded on 3 sides by Ukrainian forces. This combination of old and new technologies clearly demonstrates Ukraine's efforts to maximize its available resources while integrating modern Western weapon systems. From a tactical perspective, this flexibility allows Ukrainian jets to perform both air superiority missions and pinpoint strikes on critical targets, which is especially crucial in the ongoing conflict. In the context of ongoing hostilities, such innovations not only enhance the effectiveness of Ukraine's strikes but also send a clear message to the country's allies and adversaries: Ukraine is capable of integrating modern Western technologies with existing Soviet systems, creating unique combat capabilities that can shift the balance of power. For example, over the years, Ukraine has adapted its Su-27 fleet to meet evolving military needs, incorporating Western technology and systems alongside Soviet-era components. For example, American precision-guided bombs, the GBU-39/B, which began being mounted on the Su-27 in the fall of 2024. These upgrades often include new radar systems, avionics, weaponry, and communication tools that increase the fighter's ability to perform a variety of missions such as air superiority, ground attack, and reconnaissance. In addition to the radar upgrade, Ukraine has incorporated Western avionics to replace older Soviet-era systems. This includes digital flight control systems, which offer improved stability, enhanced precision in maneuvering, and greater pilot control during high-speed operations. These upgrades also ensure better integration with NATO standard communication and navigation systems, enhancing interoperability with Western aircraft and forces in joint operations. The city of Kotovsk in Russia's Tambov region has been hit by a drone attack. Local Telegram channels reported this. Ukrainian suicide drone struck a gunpowder factory. The result was an explosion and a fire. Local residents say at least 15 explosions were heard in the area. There were no casualties. Russian state media TASS claimed that a large-scale drone attack on the region was repelled by Russian air defense systems, which resulted in a fire. The outlet did not mention an attack on the plant. Regional Governor Maxim Igorov said that the fire that broke out was extinguished by emergency services, without specifying the location of the blaze. Igorov claimed that there were no casualties as a result of the attack. This is the second drone attack on the plant this year. The first attack took place in January. The plant produces products for small arms, artillery systems, grenade launchers and other weapons. Tambov region is located about 770 kilometers from the border with Ukraine.